Hello, beautiful people. Nyanamigela Futi on my YouTube channel. So, unfortunately, I was trying to do a live yesterday and I tried 3 times, but the network just sucked. So, I decided to just do a video instead. I think that's easier. So, alright, so I wanted to do like a cover today. I'm gonna do that. But I wanted to also cover what I was talking about yesterday, and I'm just gonna say most of what I said yesterday from the top of my head. Knows, yeah, he knows. So I wanted to sing this song. I needed your grace more than I thought I ever would. You forgave more than I thought you ever could. I was stronger in my head, but truth is, I need your grace. I needed your grace more than I thought I ever would. You forgave more than I thought you ever could. I was stronger in my head, but truth is, I need your grace. Grace, I need your grace. I need your make it out your grace. We're lost without your grace. Oh, I need your. Oh, thank God for grace. I really need your grace. Ooh, I need your grace. Yeah. I need your grace. Oh, it's not done. Your grace more than I thought I ever would. So, I'm just gonna play that song in the background as I talk. Or this one. So on the live video, I wanted to talk about a few things that God has done for me since last year. And the major thing that I wanted to talk about was relationships and, how God has helped me realize that I don't need to be in a relationship to feel worthy. I don't need to be with anyone, of course, from the opposite sex to feel like I'm somebody. So I tried to upload a video, and during the live didn't work out, so I said I'd just do this one. So one of the major things that I have learned on this journey of being alone, the journey of self-discovery, is the fact that there's so many things that I can do alone. Like, there's so much that I can be on my own. And basically just looking at how I talked about soul tie relationships, and I got this term, soul tie relationships, from this older pastor that I'm following here on YouTube. So he talks about how people most of the time are in these relationships not because they benefits from them, whether it be benefiting from them in a good way, of course, like because you can be in a relationship and it can be just because of the material things you're getting from that relationship. But he talks about how okay, Rian's asleep. Okay, so I was putting Rian's to sleep. So R.C. Blakes basically talks about how, being in these relationships can be the only thing that a person focuses on. And I'm just defining what soul tie relationships are. So a soul tie relationship can also entail, most of the time, it's just because you and this person are joined together by the sex. So there's not really much of anything that happens in the relationship besides you guys just going at it like two rabbits. Okay, so also like soul tie relationships, most of the time, as I've mentioned, they are just a tie. Like you're basically tied to this person, because of the act of sexual intercourse. Besides that being there, there's not really much substance to the relationship. So I can say that I was also in, that type of relationship before I actually decided to be alone. And I had been in relationships like that before I actually decided to, try and be alone and do this alone thing. So, okay. So, also, I talked about how I had not been single since my teens. And after giving birth to my first child, which is the first soul tie that I had, was the first guy that I was in a relationship with. I'm sorry, I keep touching my head because this is a very uncomfortable topic to talk about, especially because I'm talking about it to so many people. And this is therapy for me though. So, okay, so being in those relationships is basically just that, and you don't grow spiritually, you don't grow, there's no growing in that type of relationship besides you guys. If you were to take away the sex, there would be nothing left in that relationship, basically. So God really was using the people around me, one specific person at the time, a close friend of mine, to actually say that, she really was like an angel sent from above in that situation, because she made me realize that I needed to, like, it was a divine intervention sort of thing. Like, she made me realize that I needed to do this for myself. Like, this is something that I really needed to break free from, because also I was not happy when I was in those relationships. Like, I was not genuinely myself, like authentically myself 100%. And also because I knew I deserved so much more. Like, I knew that I deserved way better than what I was getting. And I took the decision, I made the decision that I was going to get out of that relationship, the last relationship I was in. It wasn't easy. And R.C. Blake says it's better for you to have your heart broken now than for you to look back on 10 years or 15 or 20 years of your life and you just like, I could have done better. Like, I didn't deserve this kind of treatment type of thing. Like, who knows? And now it's so much harder because we have kids with this person, and I'm actually realizing that all along this person was not a date for me. Like, this was just a soul tie. marriage, because that does happen. And also because I was doing things that I knew I wasn't supposed to be doing, because I am a Christian woman, and I was not happy with myself overall, because well, it's much more harder for you to build a relationship with God, especially when you're in those types of relationships that are not ordained for you. Okay, so I took the decision to be alone, and it has been like a really amazing journey, because I've become more comfortable with being alone. Because it wasn't easy, like at first. It was because it was the only thing I was used to was getting in, getting out, maybe stay for a few months and then go back to these, yeah, people that were just not pouring in me as I needed to be poured into, especially like I realize now that the most important relationship that I have to have is with God and with myself, more than I want to be in a relationship with anyone else. So also I learned through these months to also be able to take care of myself more, like self-care, even though I was doing that in these relationships, but I wasn't doing it because I felt like I was doing it for myself. I felt like I needed to do it because I was trying to impress someone. And also I realized that I don't need to perform for anyone, for the guy that I think I like, or whatever, the guy that I think likes me, because at the end of the day, like, the person that is supposed to be in my life will be in my life. Like, I don't need to perform for that person for them to see my worth or whatever. So yeah, 2020, even though like the beginning of it like was not very nice, we were like forced like into this whole quarantine thing and this whole journey of just taking time out of the busy schedules that we would normally have, and focusing so much on what we want to get for the future instead of just paying attention to what we already have and appreciating that and being grateful for that. And being grateful for those that are around us, like our families, our friends, of course our friends that make a difference, and pour the good kind of vibes into our lives. So yeah. And yeah, that whole year God was really showing me that when through the process of me doing this, like, it wasn't just for me, like I was doing it also for my kids and for my kids, for my great 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 grandchildren. And also because God showed me that I wasn't suffering from this whole dilemma. Of course, we suffer the consequences of our actions. I'm not excusing that. But God also showed me that this was a generational thing. Like, I was dealing with a generational curse. So I wasn't just, doing it for myself, but I was also breaking a generational curse. And I truly believe that God has broken those curses. It feels good to say that, like emphasizing on what God has already done, putting the word out there. So, yeah. And so it's been a really great journey on me just spending time alone, getting to know myself, because I feel like I did not allow myself in my teens to actually have time alone, like to do things alone. I will emphasize that, like, because it's really, really important. It looks cute when couples go bungee jumping and couples go, do scuba diving or whatever else is done out there by couples, people that, things that people do when, of course, everything is normal and we're not under lockdown circumstances. But I want to do all of that alone. Like, I wouldn't have, seen it that way maybe 2, 3 years ago or 5 years ago because I was so busy trying to chase the one. So another thing is that just looking at the people that are surrounding me, the women that are in my life, I mean, they are goal-getters. Like, they get things done, and when they have targets or goals, they get it done because at the end of the day, like, it's God owns his into. And also because if they can do it alone, like, they don't have partners or people that we can say are their other half. Okay, that's another thing that we'll talk about in this video. But yeah, basically, like, women in my life that are in my life, my mom, my other mom, my spiritual mom, and like all the women that are in my life, like benza umsebenzi wamadoda, omunye umsebenzi ohlala amadoda, you understand? And so if they're able to do that, like, what's gonna stop me? Of course, I'm not saying our journeys are the same and our circumstances or whatever experiences are the same, but I'm just taking the fact that if they're able to lead lives and get things done and they're single women, so that's something to think about. So also I understand now the whole thing yokuthi kanjena, there's no such a thing as to say like my other half. No, like, that's wrong. It's wrong to say that because uNkulunkulu ungidale ngawunophiwa Joanne Tusi for a reason, and I'm a whole being. Like, I'm whole. Like, I'm a whole being with a personality, with dreams and aspirations and achievements and mistakes and experiences. And when I meet someone, it will be another whole human being, not a half and a half coming together. Because that's the mentality that I have all along. I blame the movies we watch. Like, the movies we watch are toxic because they put this idea of, oh, this Prince Charming will come rescue me. Who said I need rescuing? And who said that another human being can rescue another human being? Because at the end of the day, we are all scarred and we all fall short. That's what my Bible says when I read it. It says we all fall short from the glory of God. And only God, it's only Jesus who can fulfill someone until they overflow. So I am glad that God actually did this work in me so I can be able to tell my kids, like, listen, there's no such a thing as you needing another person to fulfill you. No, that's like the worst mentality. That's why we have so many broken marriages and we have so many broken women and men out there who think that the only purpose that I'm here for is a relationship. I'm preaching right now. So, but I'm just so happy that God did this for me. Like, he opened my eyes, like my spiritual eyes, to see Uguti. The only person that I really need is him. And it's only him who can bring me the person that is rightfully compatible for me. And so that's what I've been learning so far on my journey. Of course, my journey doesn't end here. My journey continues. There's so many things that I want to do with my life. And because I have two beautiful people who are looking, at me and the way that I walk, of course, they won't follow my footsteps to the T, but of course, they're watching everything that I do. And I'm really grateful to God that the consequence of my actions were these two people, like these two amazing beings who came into my life. And of course, I had to give birth to them. We'll talk about that some other time. But who inspire me to become the best version, because I understand that I'm not just doing this for me, but I'm also doing it for them. So yeah. Ooh, I've talked a lot, close to 20 minutes now. So okay, yeah, so my hair is popping today, all dry, and get a closer look. Yes, girl, this crown of mine looked very shady yesterday, but I'm glad the end results of me using the products that I've been using is this. Okay, so yeah, I think for now we will close that chapter about relationships and get to the crux. Well, that was part of it, but the second stage of this video, I wanted to talk about like the plans that one has for the year. You can actually like comment. You guys never comment on my videos. Please start doing that. And yeah, so I discovered like these really great ingredients slash hair products slash herbs for the hair this year. So I do a lot of shopping for my hair products on Indian stores mostly, because they have like these really great herbs and nje baphethe izinto ezi-right ezimthorolo. So I got this shampoo, which is an onion shampoo, and it's got a lot of great benefits. Iyaklina inwele. Not only does it clean your hair, but it also strengthens your hair, and it also makes your hair grow. It's a small bottle, but it's worth it. It wasn't expensive at all. It was 70 rands. So I've had like 3 washes and there's plenty left inside. It's foamy. It doesn't actually smell like onion. It smells divine, like flowers. It smells amazing. So that's one thing there. And I've also discovered like I'm not drinking coffee. No, there's coffee in here, and I used it for washing my hair, but I deep conditioned my hair in the following ingredients. So I used coffee, I used some black strap molasses I had left over, and I had put in there some um, moringa. So moringa is very good for your hair. Most of the products that are found in these stores, they will have moringa. I know that because one of the products that I was using actually had moringa oil in there. So another ingredient that I found was the most famous products of most famously used ingredients when it comes to hair growth on YouTube overall. Umuntu on-Afro will agree to this, that fenugreek seeds are like the thing when it comes to YouTube videos. So I found them at a very cheap price because I was expecting like maybe 100 rands, maybe 70, because I was never going to buy them if they were 100 rands. So I was expecting something like 50 rands upward for the seeds, but they're actually pretty cheap. And I got them at Gorima's. They were 6 rands. This whole packet was 6 rands. So I bought a couple, as you can imagine. And I also found the amla powder, which is really great for your face and your hair, really, because it moisturizes your skin and also deep conditions your hair. So it's also found in an Indian store maybe. And you know, if you have Gorimas, I would definitely urge you to go there because they also have izinto eningi, like they have a lot of things and they're pretty cheap. And I think I saw like coconuts, like fresh coconuts in a packet, and it wasn't that expensive either. So I also found cloves. Cloves are actually very good for your hair, and cloves are also used on the, what's the hair product, this famous hair product, I'll remember it on another video. But yeah, Oh, I've talked about it. Moringa right over here. This green stuff, you can actually take it in your porridge or whatever else you eat. It's actually very beneficial, so inward and outward. And you can also eat your cloves, and also cloves are very good for toothaches. I've also experienced the benefits of that, because I was doubting because I saw it on a YouTube video, and I was actually looking for cloves, and I went to the store maybe, and that guy was actually pretty expensive, but I only got these for 10 rands, and it's a whole packet of them, and I've used quite a lot. So yeah, what a bargain, right? And another recipe you can use for your hair is sunflower seeds, inward and outward, so you can chew on them. Now and again, put them in your cereal. Sunflower seeds have got a lot of nutrients and vitamins, which you can Google for yourself, which I didn't care to Google, but I know that they're really good for your hair. And I also found this powder, which is called a Garela powder. So it was also very cheap. It was, I think, 13 rands, and it's got a lot of benefits. It moisturizes, conditions your hair. It's got vitamins A and C and other nutrients for your hair. So that's it for hair today. And as you can see, even though, like, I will admit, my hair has been on a journey for years. I'm not exaggerating when I say years. It's been 5 years since I've been growing my hair. This year is the 6th. But I'm really happy with the results, because when I started my hair journey, I only knew, like, little about hair, growing my natural hair. It took a while for me to actually get used to the idea of actually using the right products, also the texture of my hair. Certain products I can't use for my hair, certain products I need for my hair, because my hair is high porosity hair, so it loses a lot of moisture. And so I try as much as possible to get stuff that will deep condition my hair and keep the moisture in it. And this is it, 5-year hair journey, and I'm really happy because it's healthy hair. Doesn't mean that when you're growing your hair, it has to be like really long, but it just means that you're keeping your hair as healthy as possible. So that was quite a mouthful, and yeah, so just try to wash your hair maybe once a week, because also you don't want a lot of products built up. Yes, that's the word. Those are the words that I want to use right now. So you don't want a lot of product built up on your hair. You want to keep your scalp as clean as possible, and you want to moisturize your hair maybe once or twice every 2 days. Like every 2 days, that's what I do. Every 2 days, moisturize your hair. And I think this applies to even low porosity hair, because in as much as they can retain that moisture, but because of this hot scorching sun, our hair loses a lot of moisture. So you want to do that, and you also want to use something that is natural, because you can find a lot of products that say on the outside are natural products, but I try to go for stuff that is really natural, that will not damage my hair in any way or change the texture of my hair in any way. So yeah, and so I really am grateful for you guys for subscribing to my channel, and even though there are hiccups now and again, but I also want to say I will be consistent with my uploading of videos from now on, because I want my YouTube channel to grow. God willingly, it will. And I will upload a video every Wednesday from now on, and every other Sunday. So every Wednesday I will do a video, and every other Sunday I will do a video. So on these videos, I will do hair routinal, education stuff, maybe wash my hair, maybe condition my hair, maybe come up with new recipes for my hair, and most importantly, I will sing on my videos, because that's what I like to do. That's what I'm gifted in. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, and share the video, and yeah, like the video. So I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Until the next time.